Michael Chang here in Ecuador. Tell us, is your first time in Ecuador? How do you feel? How are you feeling now here in Ecuador?
I feel good. It's been we've only been here for a few days, but yeah, we've enjoyed our time here, and obviously I have a good impression of Ecuador just because of the people that I know. People like like Andrés and Nicolas Lapentia. They're guys that are so well respected on tour, and guys that are great tennis players and nice guys. So I have a very favorable impression of this country.
You are your daughter Lani's coach. What's it like being father and coach?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I think it's Lani and I we have a good relationship. It's sometimes not easy to balance between being a coach and being a dad. I think there are certainly some benefits to being in that kind of a environment and relationship, and we kind of mix and match a little bit, because I think if every day she's only hearing my voice, it could probably get a little bit tiring sometimes. But so I think it's good that she mixes sometimes and hits with other players, or plays practice sets, or does some different things with some other people, and we just try to at the end of the day we're trying to give her the best environment to make her the best that she can be.
Okay. What is the difference between the tennis you play and the tennis now?
I think that there are two things. I think that maybe three things that make a very big difference than when I was playing back in the day. I think the rackets are very different.
Okay.
I think the strings are very different. I think the pace and the spin that players are able to put on the ball now is much greater than certainly what we were able to do back in our day. The older generation of tennis players, none of us use old technology anymore, because now with new technology we can hit shots that we weren't able to hit before. So I think that makes a very big difference in the sport of tennis. I do think that the players now are they're incredible athletes, but I think they are much fitter than we were back in the day. I think that they've learned a lot, and I think the recovery methodologies in which they use now are very advanced. So guys that go and play a 5-set match, they come back and they're fresh, they're ready to go, and they're still able to handle it physically. Even back-to-back 5-setters, back in our day, if you played one 5-setter, certainly two 5-setters, guys were very, very tired coming in to play the next match. So just the physically demanding schedule and what these guys are able to do physically is pretty incredible now.
Okay. What are your memories of the French Open that you won at 17?
I have a lot of fond memories of the '89 French Open. Memories that will certainly stay with me for the rest of my life. I know it's a tournament that I should not have won, but I think God gave me a lot of grace during those couple of weeks to play some points and to play some shots that. Even to this day, I'm not really sure how I won, some of those matches, and I'm grateful that by the end of the tournament, I had an opportunity to, to just reference, I think, the Chinese people, because it was a very down time for Chinese people at the time, because the situation in Tiananmen was going on. But for me, it was always very special, and something that I know that God certainly gave me the strength to be able to get through those 2 weeks.
Okay, you play with Andrés Gómez in Forest Hills, '89, and Nicolas Lapentia US Open. What are memories that matches with them?
I think that to play, Andrés and Nico, I mean. Both guys are are great guys. Actually, I was training a little bit with Andrés when I was 15, actually, before my first U.S. Open in 1987 as an amateur. He and Colón, Jaime Isaga, Tariq Benavides were kind enough to let me join them in their practices. And then even before Andrés won in the French Open in 1990, actually I played him in exhibition the week before. So I knew he was playing very, very good tennis, going into the French Open in 1990. So it was nice to be able to see him, do so well and win that tournament. I know he trained extra hard for that tournament, and that hard work certainly paid off for him.
The victory, Federer, Djokovic, Nadal. What do you think? What do you prefer? What do you prefer?
I mean, I think on paper, I think Novak's probably accomplished the most, but I think each one is very special in their own right. Rafa, I think will, for my lifetime, will always be the best on clay. Novak's unbelievable, especially down under in Australia. Rogers, record in Wimbledon is unmatched at this point in time. I'm just happy that I had an opportunity to watch this generation of players play. Obviously, I got a chance to play against Roger. I didn't get a chance to play against Rafa or Novak, but I think to be around and to watch them play and to coach against them, when I worked with Kay, was a lot of fun. And I think this generation will be remembered as probably one of the greatest generations and rivalries, in all of tennis.